Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's lesson, I'm going to show you how to set up your AutoCAD or AutoCAD LT for drawing architectural work. So, with that said, let's get started. All right, so the first thing that we really want to do when we're getting ready to set up architectural work or any type of work really in AutoCAD is we need to create a new drawing. So there's a few ways you can do this. So what you want to do is you can either click the drop down and you can go browse templates or get more templates online. We're not going to do that. We're going to have a tutorial about creating templates shortly, so keep an eye on that one. But right now what we want to do is just click new. So we're going to open our drawing and we're going to have a blank slate to start from. So regardless of which version of AutoCAD you're doing, the first thing I recommend you do is activate a command called din mode or dyn mode. I don't really know how to say it, but I know that a lot of people find it helpful and most people don't know about it. So to activate that command, just come down to your command bar, type in dynmode, so din mode, press enter, and then it's going to ask you to enter a new value for din mode. So I think there's 0, 1, 2, and 3. What we want is we want 3. So you can see here, it's going to show you right here on the bottom. You can see on my screen what yours is set to. We're going to have ours set to 3 because that way you can just start typing commands and you don't have to go to the command bar. You don't have to go up here and start clicking lines and things. You can just start drawing right away. So with that out of the way, the next thing we want to do is we want to make sure that our scales and our snaps and everything are set properly. So we're going to be changing snaps as we go through drawings. But if you come down here, you can see we have it 1 to 1. When we're drawing in AutoCAD, most of the time we're going to do 1 to 1 or 1 to 2. Again, like in most cases, you'll do 1 to 1 scale because when you're actually putting your drawing on a sheet, you're going to scale it from there. Or you can do 1 to 2 if that's something you prefer, or if it's just required for the project. So with that set, again, next thing you want to do is check your snaps. I encourage you to pause the video, check my snaps, see what I have active right now. If I am changing snaps, I will tell you as we go throughout the video, but just pause the video, see what I have, and make sure you have what I have selected. And then once that's done, we're almost good to go. The next thing we want to do is with our new command that's active din mode, we're going to type in units. And then what we're going to do is we're going to press enter, and then we're going to be brought to this dialog box. What we want to do here is we want to click on architectural, or really whatever type of length you're trying to use. So there's architectural, decimal, engineering, fractional, and scientific. In our case, we're always going to use architectural. Your precision is going to be 1/16 of an inch, and then our insertion scale is going to be inches. You don't want to do feet, you want to do inches. And that's okay because when you're typing in your scales and sizes and everything, you can still type in feet and it'll be fine. But yeah, if you're using metric and you're not in the US, you're not in Canada, and you're using metric, what you want to do is you kind of want to do the same thing here, but you kind of want to play around with your precision and everything. I don't know how it would look for you guys. It might be a little different based on where you are. But for us, or maybe you just want to do decimal if you're doing millimeters and stuff. But yeah, again, for us, we're going to do architectural. Set it to this. We're going to click OK, and we're good to go. So our units are set, our scale is set for our drawing, and our snaps are set. The next thing we want to do is we want to make sure that our annotation styles are all correct in the way we want them. I have a bunch of tutorials on actually setting these up. I'm going to link them right here, so you can go check out those videos. I'm not going to go through because it can take a lot of time. So once that's done, once you've checked out those videos and you've got that done, the next thing that we really want to do is we want to check our layers. So we're going to go to our layers, and you're going to see we have a bunch of layers. Again, we have tutorials on layers and everything. But what you really want to do is you want to make sure you have as much layers for, whatever your requirement is. So, when you're doing architectural work, a lot of the times I would recommend you have windows, you have window layers, you have door layers. So let's say I have a window layer, and then I create another one. I have a door layer. You can see if I click this little sun thing, it's going to create a new layer. I'm going to have a wall layer. I might have a roof layer. I might have a sidewalk layer. I might have a furniture layer, and the list goes on and on. And, maybe I have rugs or something that I want to do. You just kind of make as many layers as you kind of need. You don't want to go too crazy. So it's like, I mean, you can go absolutely crazy, but I don't. You could have one where it's like, you have televisions, you have tables, all these other things. Whereas I would probably classify most of that as furniture. So you just kind of want to go through, create those layers, and then what you want to do is you want to select a different color for all those layers. Again, this depends on, if you're working or if you're in school, I'd recommend you go and, talk to your boss or whoever and see what kind of colors you have. Or if you have like a set requirement, then go and do what you need to for these specific layers. In this case, what I do is, maybe I click, orange for the window, right? Usually I do blue. For the door, maybe cyan teal, whatever that is, and then green maybe for the walls. Well, most of the time I'd use white, but you kind of get the picture. You want to go through and select colors so that you can kind of differentiate on your drawing what things are, and then that way you can easily identify, if you have to turn layers on and off, what needs to, be changed. You can also come here, edit your line types. So if you click continuous, you're going to see solid line. If you need a different one, like if we're doing a roof and we're doing the roof footprint on our floor plan, you tend to do a dash. So let's just say ISO dash. It's going to load it in once you do that. So all you do is click load, click the one you want and like, click OK, and this shouldn't pop up. It's just like got the same one selected. Then once you have it selected and it's highlighted, click OK, and then it will switch that as well. And I accidentally had two selected, so that's okay. So you just want to kind of go through, change your line types to what you want them. And then your line weights as well are very important. Again, I'm probably going to leave a resource down in the description or in the comments for you to go check out that's going to talk about line weights a little bit. I'm not going to get too much into it. Again, we're just kind of setting up the drawing. And then what you want to do is you just want to select the line weights you want for those specific things as well, just to kind of, again, show you what they are. Line weights are very important. Just keep that in mind. And then you can also adjust the transparency as well. Once you have your units, or your layers done, sorry, everything should be pretty much good to go. So we've set up our units, we've set up our scale, we've set up our snaps, and then again, I've got those videos on setting up your dimension styles and text styles as well. We've got our layers set, and we're ready to start drawing. So that will be it for this video, guys. If you found this video helpful and you're looking to actually get drawing in AutoCAD, I've got another tutorial for you right here where we go over an intermediate floor plan that you might enjoy. We'll see you in the next one.